Hello. Okay, let me see. Let's bring in. We're gonna add people here. On. Let's see.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Okay. Let's see who else can we bring in. We're waiting for Geraldine and
Yes.
Lucas. Okay, here goes Lucas. Let me invite him. Hey. Okay. All right.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
good
Lucky.
morning. It's good morning for you in Australia, isn't it?
Yes. Good evening to you guys. How are
Hello.
you?
Good, good, good. Here
Great.
trying to.
How are you, Lucky?
I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. Um, yeah, so I've just been spending the last hour just doing a little bit of prep and getting ready.
Me too.
Nice.
Lots of
How are
prayer.
you guys feeling?
Feeling
Nervous.
good. And yeah, feeling good. Yeah.
Feeling
Let's
good?
see what comes.
Nervous. I have to admit, I'm like super nervous.
Oh, that's okay. I am too. I think it's normal to have a little bit of that.
Mhm.
Means you care, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Um, I don't know why I'm not seeing Geraldine on here. So let's
That's
just.
okay. You sent her the invite.
Well, I can't send her the invite until she's not on there. Like I need
Okay.
to see her as one of the.
It was one of the viewers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can send it to her to see if she gets it.
Try that.
I send it, but I don't know. Yeah, she's not on here.
That's okay. We can begin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see who's on. Let's see. All right.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know if we would be able to see like who's joining us, so that's really good.
Hmm. Yes.
I've had some people like just come out of the woodwork and say that they're going to follow who I never expected, so I'm very excited.
I
Nice.
love that.
That's so
I
cool.
am launching my Medium Instagram handle
Mm.
probably today or tomorrow.
Yay.
So,
Yay,
yes,
congratulations.
thank
That's
you.
It's a big
awesome.
Coming
deal.
out of the casket. Coming out of the casket.
Oh, that's awesome. I wanted to quickly say thank you to you, Denise, for hosting this because I know that we spoke about this a year ago or longer when we were in Sedona, and you were the one that had the idea. I think we were all a bit scared or something. Um, but look at us now. Yeah. So thank you because yeah, I mean it's obviously the time for all of us to kind of get out there and I yeah, so thank you.
Oh, you welcome. You welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
I'm
you so
just
much, Denise.
I'm just, trying to spread the awareness and we really got to get out. We got to get that fear out of the way and for us
Yes,
to finally start connecting and doing what we love
Hmm.
to do, right? Because it's about doing what
Yes,
we love to do. So,
yes.
absolutely. And it's not easy to put yourself out there. Like, I think it's easy to be safe and just kind of. I know I've struggled a little bit putting my face out there, being on camera, but the more that I worked with you guys in the last kind of year or two, it did make it
mhm.
easier to do, although it doesn't come easy to me. So, lots to learn and like lots of like boundaries to kind of push through with this.
Mhm.
Um, and this is one of those.
Definitely. I think it's difficult to um have it's a different kind of bravery, especially if you haven't had a community near you.
Yeah.
that is either open or will, not that it matters what anybody thinks about you. It doesn't, but we're all
But
human. We're all
but
human. Right? Like we're all human and it, you know, if being true to yourself um weeds away some of the people, then guess what? Like they weren't meant for you anyway. So um
Mhm.
it's time to like step into the gift, right?
Exactly. Kind of pushing through our own barriers, right? For me, I think for me, it was more like fighting what my family would think or like my parents, because I was never raised, spiritual. I was raised very Catholic.
Mhm.
Um, and then, and then went into Christianity and then now like spirituality and really having that one-on-one truly with God, like
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever been so connected to him like I am now. And I think that one of the lessons that I learned this week, which I think it's very important that I share it, is that we find God in everything,
Yes.
right? So everybody's in their own journey at a given time, right? I feel like he gives us the breadcrumbs and eventually they start turning into golden nuggets.
Yes. Yes. That's why he says, I am the bread of life, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and whatever that looks like for you, whether God is the divine, the universe, whatever that is, like little breadcrumbs, right? To find you your your soul, your path, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And everybody's is a little bit different. I think it's interesting though that the three of us are all raised
Absolutely.
Catholic. We're all
Yeah.
Catholic. We're all raised
We're all
Catholic, which I
Catholic.
love because I'm sorry, Catholics are like the first witches. I like they've got to be, right? Well, maybe not the very first, but um all of like the incense and the blood and the wine and the eating flesh and it's like, the dousing of like water and holy, and spells slash prayers or like iconography or, the Blessed Mother statue, all these things. There's Catholics are pretty witchy. They're pretty pagan. And I don't know if people like actually realize that. And even as a practicing Catholic, I love it. I love it. It makes complete sense to me. Also, Christine, she just chimed in. She said, born and raised Catholic. So
Yeah.
look at us all over here, right? Like they were doing something right, whether there's Catholic guilt there or not.
Well,
Just super
I
witchy.
think there's a lot that we need to learn when we're in those stages.
Hmm.
And because the connection with God is different in many ways. And I think the more you start opening to his knowledge, he starts giving you more, right? Like, a mentor, a very good mentor of mine one time told me, you can give, God can give you meat if you don't know how to drink milk,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Hmm.
oh, like, okay, like slowly he's gonna give me knowledge. Slowly I need to prepare. Slowly I will get what I need to get, right? I think we
Hmm.
just try to be impatient and not, wait for his timing.
Yes. Look at all these
I want to
Catholics
say
in
that,
here.
yeah, there's so many. We can see the comments, and I I have to add to that um, I was brought up Catholic as well, but I think that um, it gave me a lot of the language that we use when we're doing our
Hmm.
mediumship stuff in many ways.
Hmm.
And maybe growing up in the 80s, there was kind of a rule that mediums were not really accepted. It was kind of, maybe it's become a little bit more progressive with different churches now, but I feel like if I think about the language, hey, Geraldine.
Hey.
Hi.
Yay.
Welcome. Yeah, I was just saying that the language that from the like from that we that you learn in church very much gets
For
used in what
sure.
we do, just in a different context.
Yes.
Sometimes not so much, but threads of Catholic. If, for example, if the person on the other side that we
Yes.
contacted did have an affiliation with like being Catholic, that symbolism and the language will come up quite often
Oh,
in the
yes.
readings. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, right
Yeah.
away. Like either I'll see the Virgin Mary, if I'll see a rosary. So I think there was a lot of goodness that I learned, like how to pray the rosemary or rosary and everything that I learned with my mom. Like
Yeah.
there's still that still comes up because then I can understand the prayer, I can understand, and I can share that with people. So there was a purpose for all of that too.
Yes,
Absolutely. I agree
definitely.
with that.
Yes. And it's all God, right? It's all the universe. It's all divine. It doesn't
Yes.
matter what we call it.
Yeah.
I believe that whether we call it Catholic or the divine or the universe, it's all the same. It's all this collective Christ energy, and not Christ specifically, but
Mhm.
the divine, right? As a
Exactly.
practicing Catholic, I say that. But I also understand that, an atheist can walk in and be a sitter, and their loved one is in heaven. Their atheist loved one is in heaven, right? Because
Mhm. Yeah.
if there was love, that is divine,
Yes.
and that's the energy that we connect with.
Yes. Love is everything. So
Yeah.
it's the one essence of God and it's the one connection to all creation. So,
Yes.
mhm.
Is there anybody in the chat? Is this how we're gonna do it?
Yeah.
I'm
Is
so
there
glad we
anyone
can
in the
see who's in it because I didn't know that we would be able to, but um, yeah. I want to say
Is there
thank you.
anybody in the chat? Go ahead, Lucas.
Sorry, I just wanted to say thank you to all the people that are following us, but also including the people that support us individually,
Mhm.
like with our Insta stuff. The people who like and subscribe and share, and we see you and we say thank you for that. Thank you for supporting us. It is really we're at the stage where we're starting our businesses, so we really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank
Mhm.
you all for being here, for listening, for tuning in. Um, it takes a lot. Takes a lot of bravery, whether it's, selling something like socks or something that's weird like this. It takes a lot of bravery. So we
Yeah.
appreciate all of your support.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, is there somebody who is willing to want to have a loved one come through? We just asked that we have permission to post this on our social media in order to prove the reading and the channeling and whatever comes through. Is
If
this?
you're I know people can be a little bit shy, but sometimes I'll get a little bit of info beforehand. And I did get a little bit of info. I just don't know who it's connected to, and it's fairly vague. But maybe that might help kind of prompt
yes.
the right sitter, I suppose.
Yes. Okay.
So just beforehand, I like to do this before readings, where I just kind of try to focus in and pull impressions of whoever the sitter might be coming up with really no information. But um, so if this connects to anyone that's out there, like let us know. Basically, I was drawn to a shoulder injury, so it was like a lasting kind of shoulder injury. I think it might have been on the left. A reference to a tent, so like a camping setting. Perhaps that was a significant place where this person from the other side is referring to a significant birthday. So if the person that's the sitter that may be watching it could be a significant birthday for you at the moment, and the person on the other side is a female with a
Female.
short kind of curly bob. I feel like I want to say it's like this person passed in the 80s or the early 90s. Um, and there is a reference to a baby as well. So I'm not quite sure. I need to kind of look into that a little bit more. But if that resonates with anyone, let us know in the comments, and perhaps that can get the ball rolling with something.
It
If
says
not, like,
here, Scorp Mama Kim. Is there
yeah,
someone coming through? You said you would offer up maybe a deceased loved one. I also, Lucas, got, some information early on in the day. I don't know about you, Denise and Geraldine, but
Mhm.
definitely got a female. Um, got some significant dates, like overlapping, whether death date, birth date, overlapping.
Yeah.
Um, and I have a couple other things. So,
It could
if
be
or
it could be
Mama
connected
Kim, if
to
Kim.
yeah, Kimmy is a very good friend of mine, and she and we've we've known each other for a very, very long time. Um yeah. So if you would like, Kim, we'd be happy to to I guess tune into that. What do you think, guys think? That
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anybody that can connect with what Lucas just mentioned, or
exactly,
the
yeah. So Kim, if you're
the
listening,
only
can you
thing? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, you're right. We want to keep the information minimal, but if you're listening, Kim, is that the information, is that relevant to you? Just let us know in the comments if you can.
What were you gonna say, Denise?
Um, I was just gonna say if somebody can connect to that to let us know.
Mhm.
Oh, let's just give it a minute. Maybe somebody else.
Anybody? Anybody? I was getting. It's funny we mentioned all being Catholic or being raised Catholic, um, because I was also getting. Um, oh, Kim says it's not relevant to me at all. See if that person comes through forward. Oh, Ruggie says I'm happy to volunteer as well. I have some loved ones in the spirit. What Lucas said does not relate to me either. Okay, who is it? Um, does Kim
But I'm
or
happy
Ruggie want
to
to?
let's just flow with what's happening here, and maybe my stuff will come later or not, but let's just flow
For
with
sure.
what's here. What do you think?
Yeah. If Kim or Ruggie wants to chime in and say just the name of the person and the relationship to you with no other information, please. Um, and as long as they're, you haven't been kind of like read to death, so to speak, with this person, as long as you haven't been to like 12 mediums for this person who's deceased, um, that's also helpful to know.
All right,
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
it
okay, it's
does.
Kim. Let's do it.
let's
Who
do
is it?
Kim.
So just the name of the person and the relationship to you. So it'd be like Martha, grandmother, or
Hmm.
whatever.
We can do. Is it Ruggy
Ruggie,
88?
uh-huh. We can
So
do both of those sometimes.
yeah, we can do both of them. If you connect with one more than the other, because I am connecting more with Ruggy 88 with his
All
energy
right,
that's
we've got a
coming through.
Maria. Okay.
Okay.
Kim, it has
Okay.
Maria, her grandmother,
Giovanni,
and then Giovanni for Ruggie. All right.
and
So
it's
usually what we do
grandfather.
here
Right?
is we'll go a little bit quiet. We'll probably try to chat here and there throughout so you guys don't drop off like flies. But what we do is we kind of channel a little bit and connect to love. It's a little bit different because it is through the chat and not kind of face to face through the screen. Um, oh, look at
We
Good
got one more
morning,
person on.
Tarot. She says her husband is with her and she can we can volunteer him. So, morning, Tarot, if you could give us your husband's name, because we have a few in the queue right now, and we'll see how that goes. If somebody wants to start, I would love to start with Maria,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
since I've
I
been,
feel like I want to tune into Maria as well with Kim.
okay.
Um, and I'm gonna focus on that just for like a few minutes,
Hmm.
and see what happens.
Thank you,
Okay.
Morning Tarot. His name is John. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I
and
will
again,
connect with Giovanni, which is the grandfather.
Giovanni,
Okay.
yes, yes. And then we have Giovanni, grandfather. So we'll go a little bit quiet, try to hear and feel what they can show us, and then we will share. So stand by, be patient. There's a lot coming through. John is in spirit, Christine. That's a good question. Oh, he's next to you. Never mind. Sorry. Sorry. Yes, please volunteer, John. I was wrong. Yes. So, morning tarot. John, if you could give the name of the person who is deceased and then their connection to you, the relationship with you. So, if it's your mother, that sort of thing. So it's like again, Maria, grandmother. Okay. Rick, the stepdad. Okay. Is anybody ready to share? Thank you, Christine. I love that you're managing the chat. Thank you.
Do
So
you guys
because
need
we have,
quiet, or can I start, or do you
yes,
guys need more
yes.
time?
No, you
You
go
can
ahead.
begin.
Yeah, you can begin. I
Let's
can
start
still
with
write.
Maria, Tim's grandmother. Do you want to begin,
So
Lucas? Do you want to start?
sure, yeah.
Okay.
I know Kim, that needs to be said straight up.
Oh, okay.
I know a little bit about this, but not too much. I'm being honest, but I knew that her name was Maria. I knew that there was a death. I knew it was her grandmother. That's all I really knew. All I really
Okay.
know. But when I connect into Maria's energy, one of the first things that came up was um, the plants that are like, I don't know if you guys have them in the States. I don't know where they're native to, but it's like a chain of hearts. And the chain of hearts is a plant. It's like a hanging plant. And then it's got these tiny, like, very light green hearts, and they're chained together. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, Kim, but it was like I get shown pictures that are like very like they're like Polaroids that are just kind of slapped on a
Mhm.
coffee table. But basically, Chain of Hearts um, came up as a significant way to kind of connect with her, and then I was shown that basically in a beautiful sunrise, and I feel like that was connected to the time of her passing. So that was either in a beautiful sunset or sunrise moment, um, and basically then I mean I feel like the energy was kind of pulled back because um, I'm not sure why, but I had to kind of work quite hard to like tune into that energy. But then I got very strongly the name George. And then I was just kind of shown really quickly a body of water, and the water was really blue ocean really stunning blue ocean. And I feel like I want to say that either she was on a cruise or had been on cruises or wanted to go on a cruise, but there's a reference to a beautiful body of water, similar to how it would look if you were on a big passenger cruise, you know, going on holiday. Um, I also had the reference to a name starting with W and a real emphasis on that, the W. Um, and then there was also a reference to the perfume. So I feel like I'm kind of led to want to ask him like about perfume, if it was gifted to you or if there was something that you know, the perfume was a belonging of hers that you can identify. Because then the next thing was a chest of drawers that I was shown really clearly that there might have been an agreement where you might have been able to take some things from there that are sentimental to her, that are specific to you. And then finally, the reference of being there towards the end. She wants you to know that you were, while you were holding space for her, that even though she became incoherent and ultimately passed, that she heard everything that came from the heart. She really heard your prayers. She felt your intention, even though you might know that. She wants you to really, really know that on a deep subconscious level. She wants you to know that she understands that she was very much loved by you, and she really thanks you. She has a lot of gratitude and a lot of love for you, and she recognizes that you two had a bond that was unlike any other, and then that should be loved and celebrated. So her message to you today is one of love and also gratitude for her passing towards that, especially towards the end where it was especially sticky and hard. So thank you. That's what I've got for Maria.
Can I go next? Can
Yes.
I piggyback? Okay. So Kim, with your grandmother Maria, um, I got instantly. Do you know what forsythia is? Forsythia is it's like it blooms bright yellow. I don't know if you guys have it in Australia, but I got this picture of it's like a bush or like a shrub, but I got this picture of a forsythia wreath on a front door and maybe like a red door of like a cottage type home. And also, I did get a body of water, but it was also more of a river. Just super charming, like maybe like a somewhere where you would holiday. And then also on the lines of foliage, I got a grave blanket. And I don't know if she was cremated or buried, but if there was a grave blanket, she's like, I love it. It's gorgeous. Um, she's showing me how around Christmas time you put the grave blanket around her grave. And she loves that. She shows me she shows me low-fat cottage cheese with like chunks of pineapple in it, and maybe eating it out of like a plastic bowl when you were a child, like only at her house. And also lots of like kitchen references, apron, messy apron, um, and spending time like I don't know, like hard-boiled eggs, just like deviled eggs, like I don't know, like kitchen stuff. With like the milk glass bowls for mixing or that sort of thing with the Pyrex milk glass with the like pilgrims on the outside or whatever it is. Um, Lucas, I got the name William. You also referenced a name that starts with a W. I got the name William. Um, the thing that was so just like touched me was that she felt so much peace, and she shows me holding your hand, like holding your hand while you were a child, and you like looking at her rings and her like her nail polish and just like looking because she'd like hold your hand and she'd kind of like squeeze it a little bit too tight as a child, and but you weren't like gonna be rude about it and be like, ouch. Um, but but also holding her hands at the end. Um, and she had so much peace in that. And there was something about a heartbeat. And I don't know if you listened to her heart at the end, but something about a heartbeat, or maybe you are her heartbeat. And then I also got some Catholic iconography, like those candles, with like Our Lady of Guadalupe on the outside. And those are like the tall, skinny, like glass, um, not votive, but both like candle holders. and then like there's like sometimes they're red, sometimes there's Jesus on the outside. So I did get some references to Catholicism as well. But she's also showing me that you are smelling her robe, and it smells like her, and it's like a light blue, kind of like house coat robe. Um, and you're just like my precious dear. She's like, you're my precious dear. You're such a dear. Um, so thank you for sharing her with us.
Awesome. Geraldine, do you have something for, is it Kim as well?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do Giovanni after you're done because I brought through Giovanni. So.
I brought through all three of them. Okay.
Oh, okay.
My
Mrs.
brain is
Overachiever.
my brain is so
Fried.
fried right now. Okay. All right. So you have the gift also to connect. Um she's wanting you to connect with her. She's been around you. She has been sending you messages constantly. I feel like there was a heart problem, but then again, there was cancer also as her passing. Um, you also saw something she showed you that reminded you of her, and it was in the sky. It was something recently. So that was her talking to you. That's it for that one for Maria. For the Maria grandmother and Giovanni grandfather. I also got maybe a passing of maybe lung cancer, and there was ice cream always involved. He connects every time you eat ice cream. So I don't know if that was like his favorite thing to eat. That was like his comfort for you and something you both shared. But the ice cream flavor that is coming into my mouth at the moment was more like a maybe a butter pecan or a I'm tasting it right now. I want some ice cream. A butter pecan to maybe a chocolate as well is coming through, but I also do feel like he wanted more time with you. um did he pass when you were younger? I mean, were you very young when he passed? I feel like he feels like there was not enough time to be able to be with you. I mean, he wanted more time. um that's all I got for that one. And John, your stepdad, Rick, he wants you to know he loved you very much. Even if he didn't want it, even if he didn't say it, and if he was hard on you, he apologizes. He did not want to be as hard on you, but he felt like you weren't grasping some of the information. You were not seeing it through his eyes, but he was wanting you to see it through his eyes. um there was very many hard times that he went through his passing. He felt like he didn't get time to basically forgive himself and forgive everybody else as well. But he wants you to know that he's no longer in pain. He believes that you will do better on your own than having to see things through his eyes, because he feels like you're doing better than he was in his life. So that's all I got for that one.
Denise, do you want to go back to Giovanni? Because I think Lucas and I also got stuff for Giovanni and also Rick, the stepdad. But do you want to
Okay.
do
Yeah,
Giovanni?
I can finish off Giovanni for what I was picking up on.
Okay.
Okay. So what I got right away was like a pocket knife. Okay. Usually I don't know if he didn't carry it on his hip. I feel like he carried it like on the side of his leg, I believe on the left side. But he did have like a pocket knife. Uh and then he just said like tough love, like like almost like he gave you a lot of tough love. um he then referenced like a battlefield and green pastures. So I don't know if he was in the army, but he felt very honored to do that. I don't know if maybe like when he was younger he was in like World War II or something like that. um he also referenced fishing. He showed me that there's a connection with you and him and the fishing. I'm not sure if you do fishing right now, but he just kind of said something about your connection with him. If you have probably if you have some memories with him. I'm not sure if you did fishing or anything like that with Giovanni with your grandfather a lot, but um he's kind of saying something here. No lung cancer for Giovanni. He could only eat custard at the hospital. Close to butter pecan flavored ice cream. He passed in the late 20s.
In Ruggy's 820.
Yeah. Okay. Um
I can
he
add to Giovanni if
he
you. Oh,
said
go ahead.
hold on, let me just
Yeah.
finish. He said something but it felt like it was like a riddle. Okay. So he said you have to grab the fish correctly by the mouth every time. Um
I love that. I love that.
I don't know exactly. Like he's talking about something of a precision that you have to be doing. Like it has to be precisely in a certain way. It's very important that he mentioned that to for me to reference it. Like he's like, you have to say it. You have to say it. Um, then his closing off, I'm like, I kept asking him like, is there a message that he wants to share for you? And then he just kind of like stood up straight and he like just saluted, like he just like he wanted to like salute you and honor like for you. It's almost like he didn't do this and it was very honorable for him to do that and he felt like he needed to do that. Uh and then he just wanted to say goodbye with the salute. It's almost like he gave you a lot of tough love. It was hard for him to express his emotions coming back from the way that he was raised. It's not that he didn't want to be that way, but he just that's all he knew. So when he kind of just saluted and said goodbye in that way, I also felt how the salute kind of opened him up to a little bit of healing in the heart chakra. And then I felt like my heartbeat kind of raced. And I think this was in relation to how he passed. I don't know if maybe towards the end of his life he had like heart issues or hard with breathing, but it's almost like that salute that he gave you was his goodbye and his healing at the same time. Like him saying,
Mm,
hey, you're doing a good job in your life. Like just keep going, keep being honorable, and like you're making him proud in some way.
mhm,
And then he kind of just went away with that. So I really hope that this really helps you.
mhm. Lucas, do you want to add to Giovanni or do you want me to go?
I totally. I didn't initially pick up much, but everything that I wrote, most things that I wrote, like were in alignment with what Denise had said, and basically, like when we've worked together in the past, which we've all worked together quite extensively, this can happen. Like where there's this cohesion that can happen where there's certain qualities and like specific things that we pick up on more or less, sometimes more specifically than others. But what I really tuned into was that the honoring component of it. So at first, I kind of interpreted that as like a military honor salute kind of setting in a physical way. But then when I kind of went a little bit deeper, I was like, this is acknowledging behavior. So this is an acknowledgement of who I was, letting you know what I'm acknowledging my behavior, doing the honourable thing, doing what's right, balancing the scales that were tipped a little too far to the kind of, I don't know, the less favourable side, and wanting to make things right. That's the feeling I get. Balancing the scales, honouring doing what's right, so that there's no repeating patterns, I suppose, moving forward. Honor is ultimately the word that comes to mind. So it's funny that's what I wrote. That's what I read. That's all I got on that one.
I can add to
Thank
that.
you. Sure.
Reggie, I got like a instant smell of like cologne and like pipe or cigar. Um, and I also got sitting outside in those like folding chairs that are they're kind of like old school where it's like the woven poly like plastic that looks like plaid, right? And they just like fold in. They're like really probably super uncomfortable, but and your legs kind of pinched in them sometimes when you were a kid with like the silver, like the metal arms and in the frame and the plastic little armrest. You know what I'm talking about? It's like woven. I was gonna say also when you said the knife, somebody said the knife, I got keys, like jingling keys. Just always like he's oh there's Papa and his keys. Um, I also got German chocolate cake. So somebody else said like chocolate or a chocolate cake. So I got German chocolate cake. I also got card games, like playing cards, like in the garage. Um, I got a tough exterior. He was a little bit like standoffish in a way, but not in like a mean way. Just like he's just like overly polite. Um, and but there's also pride behind that. And I wrote down green, military, like green, like his like the green, like the dress uniform where it's like very pressed. I don't know if it's the color itself, but it's like that military green that's like pressed and very clean looking. Um, I got a big whiff of tequila, so that was fun. I liked that. Also, like a man's man. He could talk shop with the guys. Like what ladies were fine, like gentle with the ladies, but like a man's man, like you could, you know, in not such a vulnerable way, kind of like a good. Oh, hi, Mary Shannon. Like a good guy talk, but not too vulnerable because that's that generation. Um, so a tough exterior. I also got a devout Catholic. Um, but that cologne and the cigar smell and like also like rain, like wet rain, all that combined, that smell with like a humidity to that. Um, I got putt putt like golf, and his jangly keys. And when I was asking for, like what kind of message to Ruggy, um, I got work harder. Um, but harder means different. So I kind of like work smarter, not harder. But he says work harder. Just kind of like if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But also like work hard, like just that generation, right? That like bootstrap, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Um, and he says, consider this right now. Consider this the fire under your butt you need. So whatever it is you're sitting on right now, get up and do the work. That's what I'm getting from him. Oh, also I got bike rides, like bicycle. And I don't know if it was when you were a kid or if you like to go on bike rides. Either way, if you go on a bike ride or you think of bike, like he's with you, right? And maybe that's if you went on bike rides when you were a child, that's a part of his heaven. So he relives that, adorable moment over and over between the two of you, is sharing that memory in his heaven. But also, if you go on a bike ride today, he'll go with you. So yeah, so think about, I don't know if it resonates at all, but work hard. He says work harder. That's his words, not mine. There's no judgment. Um, and consider this the fire under your butt you need. So whatever it is you're sitting on, waiting on, dragging your feet, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, boy, and get to work. Yes, thank you for sharing Giovanni with us.
Yeah,
Can I
he
And then
just
did.
add?
I also have
So,
John's stepdad, Rick. Does anybody want to start with that? Or I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I got some darkness at first. Um, and that he's really sorry. I got him being a talker, but kind of like a tall tale. Like he tells a tall tale when he talks. Um, and he did have a specific cologne. No cigars or alcohol though. He loved fold-out chairs, all the sorts. He has very tough exterior, lots of card games in the garage. Thank you all. Okay, that's sweet. So Rick, darkness. I got a little like I said, he's sorry. And it's not specific. It's kind of closed off. And but also when you get him to open up, he's a talker and he loves to hear himself talk. Um, and there's a vacillating between sober and drinking or an addiction of some sort, and I'm not going to get into that. Um, but like there's like kind of like concealing. There's a lot of like hiding things. But he it's kind of like I have compassion for the reason for some reasons of like these hardships that manifested in adulthood. But also I want to say that I don't always have tolerance for the choice. Right? I have compassion because of X, Y, or Z, but I also don't have the tolerance for the continued choices. But he wants you to know he's good. He goes, I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. He references like a family feud, but then he's like, I'm not getting into it. I'm not going to get into that. So private. And he also showed me Mount Everest, and whether that's life in the climb, um, or snow, I don't know. And he also gave me the Grinch who stole Christmas, the original, like the Dr. Seuss version of the Grinch who stole Christmas. Um, so any type of message that he wanted to pass through me was that he's really sorry and he's good though. He's good. He understands the ripple effect of whatever it is that may have happened. He doesn't want to dwell on that. He just wants to be like, I'm good. And he kind of just wants to like um brush things under the rug and know that he wants you to know that he's okay. He's good. And he's grateful. He's very grateful. You taught him, or he thought in life, he thought he was teaching you. And then, but now on the side, heaven's side, he has the wisdom of heaven. He's like, you know what, that kid taught me a lot more than I could have ever teach him. And he's also referencing tools, like working tools. Like I don't know if he's fixing a car or whatnot, but yes, thank you for sharing Rick with me. I like him. I like him. Yeah.
Okay. I do want to add that Ruggy said something here before. Um, he said not a pocket knife, but he always had a knife on him for gardening. He wasn't in the army. He loved fishing, but I never fished with him. I can ask the family about the fish riddle. Okay. Do you do any fishing at all? That's my question. Because he said something about a connection with you fishing and him. So I don't know if you go fishing, but
Yeah, I'm actually not finished with Ruggy.
okay.
I didn't move on because I need to go back to the military thing. Sometimes, like, how do I put it? I went circle back. It needs to be discussed. Even though Giovanni may not have been involved in military, there is a military reference. So I don't know if that's going to come through a third party. But for me, it's like a strong. Not saying that he. I'm supporting that he wasn't in it, but there's something very significant about military. It is literal for me now. Although I was a little unsure before, because I was shown a badge. It was like they were like, "There's a badge," and so maybe that could mean that it is a sibling of his, or that there's another family member or close friend that might have passed, or that is in the military. It's a way of validating. Sometimes the third party info doesn't come till after the reading, and then quite often all of us will get messages later about this. So I'm just wondering, Ruggy, if that's something that you might know of, someone that's close by, someone that might have passed that's connected to Giovanni, not him especially, because there was a real circling back and a reference to that. That's all has to be said.
Hmm.
That's all.
Okay. Um, he doesn't do fishing. Uh, thank you, Lucas. I will ask about the badges. Yeah,
Thank
awesome.
you. I'm very stubborn. I
The morning
don't let things
hero,
slide.
it didn't really resonate. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
I think that was to my reading for Rick, the stepdad.
Okay.
Just think about it. Maybe not him. If there's somebody else in this chat who has
The qualities,
that
maybe.
person coming through. Yeah, those
Mhm.
qualities. And whether it's not Rick,
Mhm.
maybe it's somebody else.
Okay. How do you guys feel? Good about the
Yeah.
information?
Does
Yeah.
anybody else have anything on Rick?
Oh, yeah.
Mine
I,
was close to yours, Sarah, about Rick. The
Okay.
information I got was very close to yours as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
okay. Hmm.
I didn't get information on Rick because I was still connecting into Giovanni.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not used to bringing through so many people at once.
Yeah.
So I didn't get much on Rick. You know, sometimes, when there's so much information like coming out, just I would say to the Morning Tarot, just think about it, let it wash over you. Sometimes synchronicities and things can occur over time. You will get, I'm going to go back to the third party thing. Sometimes there might be information that will make sense a little bit later on to give you that validation that about the loved one that's on the other side. There's sometimes it doesn't always make sense in the moment. So just give it a moment, hopefully let it wash over you. Um,
Hmm.
Things can often kind of play out in a specific way, in a
Yeah.
synchronistic way. Hope that helps.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Kim, the name William, it might be a middle name. It might be a last name like Williams. Lucas and I recently did a reading together where we both got the name Philip. And during the reading, our friend who was our sitter was like, "Yeah, we don't know Philip." And then within, I don't know, what was it, Lucas, 5 minutes after the reading was over, she texted us and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I totally forgot my grandma's maiden name was Phillips." So
Okay.
um, some of the stuff um, might hit later. And you might see when I say Mount Everest or climbing Mount Everest, that might not mean like that might not be literal, right? It could be um, that maybe you've got this challenge ahead of you, right? That he's gonna walk with you on this challenging path. It could also mean in 2 weeks you might be walking down the street and see a book about climbing Mount Everest on the side, and that'll just be his little nod to you saying, "I see you."
Mhm.
Okay,
Something.
so he did mention that he agreed with the stuff about the previous person. the
Oh.
fishing and the keys. So when I was picturing Rick in my mind, I'm picturing a slender man, tall, and he always has his hands in his pockets. And yeah, he may be the one jingling his pockets all the time. Maybe it was like a nervous tick or something
Mhm.
that he used to do constantly. So yeah, I did get that in my image when you were just saying that. But
Mhm.
this is a thing because we're doing like a collective and we're doing more than one. We're going to be picking up pieces from other people as well. So maybe some of the pieces could be from other people, and it's just going to mash up, guys. It's
Which is
That's
like
just
how
the way it
cool. How
is.
right, and how cool is that? They're all vying for your time in our time. They're all
Yeah.
trying to get to you in one way or another. And if that's an overlap, I mean, we literally just brought through three dead people. So
Yeah.
In
whether, you
one,
know what I mean?
in
Like
a little bit of time, and
in like
we
five
have all
minutes.
this
Yeah.
Yeah.
energy, and
Right. So
that's
there
why
is
I
going to
just
be
that's why I just
cross
kept it
wires.
to one person. I'm like, no, no, no,
I
no,
know.
no.
I know. It's fun. This is fun. And I think that it was meant to go this way because they all wanted something to say, and they all
Mhm.
wanted to confirm their presence in their loved ones' lives.
Yes.
Um,
So just I think that that's probably good for now. I do
yeah.
want to mention before we finish off that I sent you guys a video, right? So I want to mention to everyone that one anonymous person sent me a video for us to review. There
Oh,
was like a flying orb in there. Okay.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
guys remember?
I remember that. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did you guys do the little exercise about like connecting with it and then giving
The
the message out for the person?
do we talk about it here?
If you guys did it, if you guys did the exercise.
Okay. So I didn't give any feedback, but I
Okay.
can in the chat if you want me to do that.
You want to do it now, or did you just want to say it?
Oh, it's up to you. I
Okay.
can give the feedback now.
Okay. Yeah. So if we could just give the feedback, the anonymous person is not in here, but they know to be looking out for the video for the message. So there was a flying orb in the video, and I just asked everybody if they could connect with that to see if they could pick up a message for, the loved one and see if there was anything there.
I didn't get a message. All I saw was it was a feeling of a woman. Maybe like a aunt or a grandmother type of feeling. Um but it was more of a loving, more of a protector. Um, the feeling I got was a really strong love, someone that they're just constantly around protecting. So whether it's a maybe the grandchild or the daughter or somebody they're protecting a child. I feel like it's a child specifically who they cling to, who they need to be watching over constantly. So that's what I felt on that video. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Who wants to go next? Lucas?
Yeah, so I when I tried to like be specific and go into it, what I found was resistance. So it made me kind of it made me feel like this situation is because someone has passed recently, right? And it is basically a sign from this person from the other side. I'm here, and I'm able to work with energy really well. And I want you to see that I'm here, and and this is and this is what odds are. And I suppose it takes a lot of energy for us to physically see something, but if the person on the other side is really strong at what they do and they can manipulate energy, usually this happens, in my opinion, when the person has just passed, because I've had this happen to myself recently. And I've seen this stuff in person when I was a kid. I remember seeing it. Um, it feels to me as though the person had passed recently, and that and is just giving reassurance and love from the other side, saying I'm here, and it's very possible that it will happen again. It's nothing to be feared. It's straight from love. It is pure. There's nothing to be scared of. It's safe, So, and I get goosebumps as I'm saying that. It is very much from the higher realms. Nothing to be worried about. And as for identifying who it is, I feel like I can't go into that right now for some reason. So I've stopped trying. But I know that it's a safe thing, and it's a thing of beauty. So not to worry. It comes straight from love. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
I
Yeah.
briefly saw the video, so I don't have anything too detailed about it. But Christine says in the chat here that she got a dog, and I also got an animal, like a dog, like a past dog, just kind of playing, very friendly, very loving. And orbs are different for me. It's not my like, you know, train of thought. Usually it's just like strictly dead people. Um, and but I do get dog, like maybe somebody with a dog. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, but very friendly, very loving, happy-go-lucky vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like this person has like golden retriever energy. Mhm.
It's light energy, that's for sure. And that's why I think when I think about it, if I had to decide the gender, I feel like I'd lean more towards Geraldine. It seems feminine at a glance. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Um, so that being said, here's what if we're getting to the nitty gritty, here's what I got. I got the name Graham, and maybe that's connected to the person who sent the video, not to do with the orb, because I still feel like it was slightly feminine, but um, on the father side, so paternal side. That's all I've got at the moment. So, look, with all of these like cases, because there has been quite a few today, it'd be really good to get some feedback later, and then maybe we can discuss it another time and see what happens. And
Yeah.
obviously we can keep our notes, because we'd like to follow up as well, make sure that the messages have been received in the right way,
Yeah,
and then also we're obviously open to feedback as well. So.
yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
And
I'm not gonna share like the feeling that I got just because I know the person that sent the video. So I'm
mhm,
gonna try to, just be neutral. I have my own opinion of what it was and the energy. But I think some of you already confirmed it. I did feel a feminine energy as well. I felt it very protective of the dog that was in the video because in the video there was a dog. So feminine energy, protective of the space, protective of the home, protective
mhm,
of the people in the house, like
Yes.
that's the energy I was feeling. And almost very guarded, like it's almost like it's guarding the home,
Yeah.
from
Exactly.
external.
Yeah.
Um, I did feel like a lot of tension in the home, not only from like a recent passing, but I feel like just around the family, there's just a lot of tension of external things. And I think that the orb is more there to protect and to say, hey, like, I'm here. I haven't gone nowhere. I'm watching over everyone. Like, no need to worry. That's kind of the stuff that I was picking up on. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the people that came in and kind of already left because they had to get going. But thank you for letting us channel your loved ones through. I do want to mention that on May 8th, we're going to do a special mediumship again, get together, mediumship circle focused on women and, because it's around Mother's Day. So it'll be on the 8th, and we'll be doing the same thing here with probably somebody else and other people. So thank you,
yeah.
Beautiful.
everyone.
Thank you
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you so much, everyone. And,
Be
Yeah,
well.
thanks for the
Thank you,
opportunity,
Denise. Thank you for
Denise.
hosting.
Yeah, love you
Absolutely.
thank
guys.
you guys. Love you all. We did amazing, okay? And we'll just keep
Yes.
doing it and keep getting better, right? We got to break out of it and we got to
Hmm.
Get all these
Yep.
jitteries out and finally
Oh
just
look,
do it, right?
absolutely. This isn't for the faint of heart. This situation, and so we can only get better,
No,
right?
Yes.
crazy.
Just
Being on
keep getting
camera.
better
Yeah,
and better.
it's actually wild and crazy. So, yeah.
Wow,
Lucas, you're amazing.
I
Yes.
love you. I miss you
Everyone
I
is
all.
love you all.
amazing.
You
Not
all are
just
amazing.
Lucas, Sarah, you're amazing. Geraldine, you're amazing.
You're all
Every-
amazing.
Yes, we
I
are
want to
Love you
all.
say,
guys.
can I please say
Bye.
one thing? Can I please
Yeah.
say
Yes.
one thing? We need to. I want to shout out to Pink House Poet. I've got to say,
Of
like,
Yes,
Christmas.
Christine.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
for like
you.
doing the all the help, like with the
Yes.
the visuals, and then like kind of
So
Yes.
good.
curating, doing it.
Yes.
The
Love,
sharing, the yes.
yes,
Yes.
Those
doing
are
all that,
Yes.
beautiful.
sharing the
Managing
posts and
from
keeping
the
it
other
going.
side. I love it.
Yeah, and then also a shout out to our old mate Mary Shannon. We love you, and
We saw you
yeah,
pop in.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
yes, so nice
Yes.
to see you. Yeah,
Yes. All
thank
Awesome. Well, I
right,
you.
love you
guys. Well,
all.
you have a beautiful afternoon, Lucas. I know it's your Monday, so happy
I'm
Monday.
gonna
What a great way to
thank you.
start your week, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay,
very
and
good.
for all of us, it's Sunday, so we'll just go and maybe have some wine.
Yes, go and have a beautiful glass of
Cheers to
wine and
that.
After
relax
all
with the
this
family.
nervousness, right? Now
I
Yeah, we
know.
can let
we're
it go
done and
now.
over with.
I know. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Mwah.
Yes, love you all.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Till next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Bye.